Hello, how are you? Welcome back to another weekly vlog here on my channel. My face may look a bit red and crazy because I've just finished gua sharing, which is like the facial type metal thing that's supposed to drain your face full of all of the liquid and the built up cortisol or stress hormone or whatever it is. I actually think that it's making quite a bit of a difference. I think my face looks a little less puffy. That could be because I'm not as stressed out as maybe what I was a couple of weeks ago, but I've been really enjoying it, especially like up near the eyebrow section. I feel like it releases any tension near my temple. So I've been really enjoying that. I do it at nighttime and then when I can be bothered or remember in the morning. This earring is not going in. There we go. The other thing that I've been really loving, not sponsored, is this deodorant here. I've been trying to steer clear of like the toxic like roll-on and spray deodorant, anything that has like aluminium in it. I've been really enjoying it. This one has bicarb in it and I think it's giving me like just a slight reaction. I think I'm a bit allergic or like sensitive to bicarb in deodorants. I did try another natural deodorant. I'm not going to name the brand, but it starts with an N, and I didn't enjoy it at all. It's really expensive for what it was. It actually made me have like full-blown rashes under my armpits and like scabs. It was disgusting. So it's fine for Lewis. It works really well for him, but not for me. I really like it. It's just like comes in a metal tin. It's like a paste. You just get a small pea size, rub it in your armpit. I'm not sure what it's like in the summer or like in hot weather. My hair looks absolutely crazy, but I will be able to test it out when Lewis and I go to Bali in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that's just a couple of things that I've been really loving. Just about to start work this morning, making a honey mustard chicken bake. Obviously I'm not ready for the day yet. I just need to add just some eyebrows, some eyelashes, and then I might just cover up this pimple here. I'm not going to do like a full blown face just because for the reels that I'm making now, I'm not in it so much. Like the focus is going to be a lot more on the food, and then just have a little bit of me like trying the food and eating the food at the end of the reels. So yeah, I don't have to get as dolled up as what I have been. I will also straighten my hair too. I washed it yesterday, but yeah. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. I realized I haven't updated you since this morning. Cooking went well. This morning I made, what did I make? Caramelized onion and chili pasta. Yesterday we went to Bunnings and we bought this like wooden, where is it? Oh yeah, this wooden like bench top, because what we've currently got is too white. Like it's not white, it's too oaky and it doesn't look good in photos or videos. It really washes out a lot of the like vegetables and the food. And then I also got some like napkins just to help style. Oh, this one's dirty. Help style it a little bit. I did have to learn yesterday about like photo composition and, you know, like where you should place things in a photo. Like there's actually like proper placements where you should put things. So that was a fun learning experience. And the photos today came out a lot better than what they have been. Frankly, the last couple of photos that I've been taking have looked shit. So the ones from today look a lot better. I felt a lot more proud of myself too. This week, what have we got on this week? On Saturday, I'm going to a 30s or like an over 30s club type thing. It's like, it's from I think 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. It's like the millennial, it's like the typical millennial, like don't want to stay out late, want to be in bed by 9 o'clock, but still have a really good time. And then on Sunday is Father's Day. So, oh, and then on Friday we're going out for dinner. Otherwise, the rest of the week is kind of just chill, be at home working. I do need to go, maybe you can help me with this. I do need to go to like antique stores to find like retro or like ceramic plates and bowls and cutlery and photo props that look more fun. Because what I've got now is like really boring and it doesn't kind of add like personality to the photos. So the one I'm going to is like the biggest one so far that I've found in Melbourne. And I've been to it before and it's sometimes pretty good. But if you have a suggestion on like any antique or vintage stores that are like good in Melbourne, can you let me know down below? I have been to like op shops and stuff, but a lot of the time it's Kmart stuff, it's IKEA stuff, it's not like unique. And we're trying to find unique pieces that will, so then, you know, our brand will become recognizable. We just finished going for a walk It's really windy today. I'm going to actually upload this week's vlog. Well, actually I have to edit it first. So I have to edit the vlog and then I might show you what dinner looks like. I do have to like make it look a bit more juicy and creamy because obviously when it's pasta and it's been left in the fridge, it dries out. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing until pretty much dinner time. Just sitting at the desk, editing, reading, yeah. So I made this yesterday. I'm talking to the people. So I made this yesterday morning. It is a creamy garlic paprika chicken. So it's coated in paprika and then I made this creamy garlic sauce. I did add a little bit of paprika to the sauce as well, just to give it a bit more depth and richness, and it's really good. We were gonna eat it for dinner last night, but we felt like something different. So I'm eating it for lunch today. And then I also made like some sweet potato wedge chip thingies. That still needs a little bit of work. And the sauce has split a little bit, like the oil must have been from the chicken or the cream has sort of split. But it wasn't like that yesterday when you like freshly make it, but that's all right. That's just happened. That's just how these, like how some of these recipes happen. Today I'm actually not making anything until like for dinner. I'm actually doing a lot of research and learnings about Instagram and the algorithm and what kind of Instagram looks for and what makes like reels pop or get viral. And then also looking at different recipes or different ideas to make like the reels. So normally I would cook, like film, take photos and then write. But a lot of doing a lot of little things has meant that the content or the actual tasks that I'm doing are not of the greatest quality because I have to do so many of them. So what we've decided to do is take a break from doing a lot of those things and focus solely on Instagram. So learn the algorithm, learn different reel templates, learn different hooks, like how people get the views and how they keep the engagement. So that's what I'm learning today. And I did learn about like photo composition and all that stuff the other day, and then I put it into practice and my photos have really improved. So hopefully by learning the algorithm, learning templates, like how people keep the engagement, keep the audience coming back for more reels, then hopefully the Instagram should be able to grow. Obviously it's not guaranteed, but instead of solely focusing on recipes for the website, having a bit more creativity and fun, I'm hoping that the reels should improve, and then my energy in them should improve as well. So we'll just see how we go. Good morning, happy Friday. Just getting ready to film a reel today. We did a bit of research yesterday, which I think I told you. And we're going out for dinner tonight, so that's why I'm putting on like a full face. I'm not going to spend too much time on it though, because I'm running a bit late this morning. Lewis and I went for a walk in a park, which was really nice. The weather this morning is beautiful. It's like blue skies, but it's still really windy. So I don't know what's going on with like Melbourne's weather at the moment. Like where we live, we've got like double glazed windows, so we don't really hear too much, but then crap, I just put like a whole bunch in my eye. But then like when we look at the news the next morning, the area that we used to live gets like really battered by the wind. So I guess we're kind of lucky that we don't live there anymore. Tonight we're going out for dinner, which will be really fun. I haven't been there before and it's supposed to be really nice. I actually think the chef or like the owner is someone I used to work with when I worked at a winery. Well, I didn't really work with him because I think he worked in the restaurant and I worked in the cellar door. So it'd be interesting to see what the menu and the food's like. It's mostly seafood and we don't really eat seafood, but they've got like some steaks and some other cool things on there. I swear every time you see me I'm in like the same clothes. Like in the last vlog I was definitely wearing this jumper, but I'm not a shopper, so I don't really like going and buying new clothes, even though every week I say I need new clothes, like I have nothing to wear, like I hate everything that I wear, even though it's true. I just hate going into the shopping center, and then like when I buy stuff online most of the time it doesn't fit, so then I have to like either pay to return it or just return it in general, which is kind of annoying. But I'm not gonna powder, I don't think. I'm finding that when I powder these days, it like makes my skin look really dry. I was gonna wear my liquid blush, but last Friday, in last week's vlog, when I looked back at this blush, I looked like a clown. So actually, maybe I'll just powder my cheeks. Powder these really quickly. And then I can use a powdered blush. I've been using the same makeup for years. I know it's supposed to go off, but the only really one I change is my mascara. And because that's going on my eyes, maybe that's the one that I won't mess with. We'll go for a bit more of a subtle blush look today. I was looking back on the footage from last Friday. And even when I got home from my mum's house last Friday, Lewis was like, what the hell is with your makeup? You look like a clown. It was like bright pink. So today I am making a steak sandwich. Just trying something a bit more simple today. Seeing how that does on the Instagram with the reels. I don't know, either go well or it won't. Might be easy to make and then do really well. And then something that's a bit more complicated to make doesn't do well. You just never know. Does anyone remember when like this brand, The Balm, was super popular? I've had this palette for like 10 years. I don't care. And I only ever use one, which is Standoffish. The only eyeshadow that I ever use. Oh, I do sometimes use Sultry. And then I used to always use Sexy actually, which is like this. Oops, I'll just put my brush into it. Which is this one here, which is like a maroon, purpley brown color. Back when I had no idea that dark eyeshadow was not made for my eyes, because I actually have quite small eyes. And if I wear dark eyeshadow, it makes my eyes look even smaller. So that's mostly me. My mascara and eyebrows, I dyed yesterday, so I don't actually need to put any eyebrows in. But my eyelashes, my mascara is downstairs. So I'm gonna put that on. And then talk to you a little bit later. Okay, it's much later in the day. It's like almost 5 o'clock. I did get a delivery that I thought I would show you. Please excuse the lighting. It's very orange and dark in here and my tripod is downstairs. But I picked up some napkins and some cutlery, more for like staging photos and things. So I thought I'd show you. I got this cutlery just from an online website. The person's from Queensland. And I have seen like sets of this, but I obviously don't want a set. I just want like a couple of like forks and knives and spoons just to plate with. And so I got these like gold cutlery. So it comes with a dessert spoon, fork, and then I got this knife, and this is like old school makeup days if you're from YouTube 2013. So yeah, I got this knife, which is weird. And then I also picked up this like teaspoon that I probably won't really use for recipes, more maybe for like personal use. So I got that. And then the napkins that I got, I think my battery's about to die, so I gotta go quick, is this like blue, got this like linen oatmeal color, pink, this like sage green. All of these need like a steam, by the way, before obviously I use them. It's like sage green, and then this really pretty like baby blue type color, so that's really nice. I also have to get ready to go out for dinner. I've got no idea what to wear. Again, like I said earlier today, I've got no clothes. I'm thinking, and Lewis is wearing a green top and black pants, and we always tend to match, so I can't match him because that would be embarrassing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check my like closet and then let you know. OOTD necklace, black skivvy, whatever you want to call it, turtleneck. Overalls, these are like my teaching overalls, but they're really cute and I really like them. I'm just gonna put on some perfume. You shouldn't put perfume on jewelry, but this is like cheapy stuff. Film as much as what I can with the food, so we're gonna cue the iPhone footage. I'm the worst. It's been a couple of weeks. I wish I had an excuse, but I honestly don't. I've just finished like my cooking segments for the day, and okay, it's been like what? I think the last time I spoke to you was me going out for dinner. Also, my hair is shorter. I had it like fully curled yesterday and Lewis said that I look like Annie. So we're not going for a full curl effect anymore. We're going for just like slight waves because we don't want to look like a 12-year-old or like a teenager. It's been like 3 weeks, I think, that I last spoke to you. Went out for dinner, that was really good. And then the next night I actually went to an over 30s like club type thing in the city, but it was during the day. So it was from 4 till 9. That was actually really good. I was really sore for like 2 days after that. The amount of like jumping and like dancing, it was so good. I had the best time. I didn't like even really drink that much, and it was actually nice to have it during the day because no one was really like wasted. No one was like touching you like back in the old days when you'd go to a club and people would be like, you know, elbowing or pushing or like touchy and grabby. It was none of that. It was actually really quite pleasant. I would go back to one like next year if they did decide to have one. Music was really good. It was like from the 90s, the 80s. It was from like the early noughties. So like when we graduated high school and we're like in the clubs and like all the dancing. So that was really fun. So like I said, I've just finished and I have to clean up the kitchen because I made it quite a mess. I've also made just a mess of the house too. Which I was one of those people that were like, oh my God, don't look at my house, like it's so dirty. And there's like 2 things that are out of place. No, everything is out of place. And I'm not even sorry about it because, well, I'm sorry about it for us because now I have to clean it up, but I'm not sorry that it looks like that because this is, I feel like, what normal houses look like. Even though we don't have any kids, Lewis and I are just maybe a bit lazy. I've also started wearing my Apple Watch again. So because a lot of the stuff that I'm cooking is like high in calories, like really carb dense, and like it's all so delicious. So instead of gaining lots of weight, Lewis and I are going for like morning walks. So at like 8 o'clock every morning, we'll go for a walk, and then in the afternoon as well. And I'm roughly walking around 10 kilometers a day. So we're trying to find something that's like sustainable that we'll both do because we both need to exercise anyway. We don't do like any exercise. I hate going to the gym and I hate all of that stuff. I just find it really boring. So at least if I have like a podcast to listen to and it doesn't hurt my body, like running, no thanks. Like I have no interest in running. It hurts my knees, hurts my shins. Whereas walking, I can walk 10 kilometers and still feel good. Like I don't want to die. I figured I'd show you maybe one of the things that I had made. This is from Logan. I think his like username is Logan Field. Like Logan, then F-E-W-D. I think that means like Logan Field. Oh, I just spilt that everywhere. Oh no. I made the viral cucumber salad and I'm actually not going to tell you my thoughts on it because I've posted it over on like my new Instagram that I've started. I'll leave the username down here. So if you want to go and follow me over there, that's where I've been putting all like my recipes and stuff. I just need to clean up the kitchen and then I need to do some more like research for next week. And it's Friday, like it's grand final eve. And a lot of people are probably going out to the pub or going out and having drinks, but Lewis and I are just staying home. We're having homemade nachos, which will be really good, and making like a pulled beef, like from scratch. And yeah, it'd be really nice. I don't actually think we're gonna go have any wine or any beer today. I'm just sitting upstairs enjoying some of the sunshine. It's actually a really nice day here in Melbourne. It's been like a bit cold and rainy the last couple of days, so to actually get like full on sun is so nice. Yes, I know I haven't made my bed. I don't care. My job now is so I'm planning for next week now, and I know that times have been like really tough for everyone and that food's really expensive, and I've come up with a new series on my Instagram that will hopefully help me get like a little bit of traction, a few more followers and engagement on that page. And it is a budget dinner series purely for couples. So like a lot of people on Instagram and TikTok that I've seen have done it for like families, but not specifically for like 2 people. Most of the time recipes are made for 4 because that's generally on average how many people are in a household. But I feel like that's not necessary, and I'm kind of getting sick of like halving things or like trying to figure out what 73 grams is halved. So what I'm going to do is actually come up with a series of 5 to 10 meals using just ingredients that I buy for like $100 and seeing how many meals I can come up with that amount of money and for those amount of days. Hopefully they're going to be like somewhat like healthy, like obviously not all of them are, but I can only use those ingredients that I buy. And I'm not sure if I want to come up with like some rules. So like some of the herbs like aren't included, you know, if I've got thyme or oregano in the cupboard, like I can use that because that's generally what a lot of people have. So I need to come up with like a budget. I need to come up with the meals and see how much it's all going to cost. Because if it doesn't work out to be like 10 meals for $100, then it's not really like a budget series. So I'm going to do that now. And then Lewis and I are going to go for our walk in like an hour or two. And then I'm not sure. We might go for a drink because the day's so nice. Or just come back home and start making the nachos for dinner. I'm not really quite sure. I want to do a story time, and if you are sensitive to like vomit or diarrhea or anything like that, I would suggest, like, if you have a metaphobia, click off now. Lewis and I actually went to Bali for a week, or like 10 days, and we got back like a week ago, and we've been 8 to 9 times, or even maybe 10 times now. Like, we have been a solid amount of times to Bali. And recently, well, actually not even recently, I'd say like the last year, a lot of like Bali belly stories have been all over TikTok, and I've always been worried about getting sick over there. Just, I know that you can't drink the water, like it's not very sanitary. Every time I've gone, I've always had the same ritual. So I take a probiotic, hydrolyte, and then some charcoal tablets. And every time that I've gone to Bali, I've been fine. The one time that I didn't take probiotics with me, which was the month that we went a couple of years ago, I had like a bit of an upset tummy for that month, like, you know, the other end a couple of times, and then it was just like not normal for the whole time that we were there. But I wasn't like sick, like I could still go out, go do things. It didn't really affect me that much. And this time was no different. I took probiotics 3 days before we left. I went and got some charcoal tablets, bought some hydrolyte, all the things were packed, ready to go, sanitizer, everything. And a lot of the illness talk had been on TikTok for a while, so it was like in the forefront of my mind. And so I was really conscious. I was like washing my hands, putting sanitizer on, drying my hands all the time, whatever. And we only ever usually eat at like reputable places that we've been before, through like actual word of mouth, not necessarily just on TikTok or Google reviews, because Google reviews are sometimes by not people that have actually attended. So just be mindful about some of the restaurants in Bali. Try and get word of mouth through people that you physically know. Anyway, we landed in Bali. It was beautiful. First day and first 2 days were really great. We went down to the beach, watched the sunset, went to a couple of nice dinners. And the purpose of this Bali trip was to go for Lewis's sister's 40th. She was having this epic birthday party at like the private villa jet in Bali, which is like in Uluwatu. It's on the cliff. It is thousands of dollars a night. It is sick. Like, it looks absolutely amazing. So that was the reason why we were going. And then we were also going to go see his mum too, who was over there as well. And anyway, the day of her birthday, Lewis woke up and he was like, oh, like I've got a bit of an upset tummy. I think I've got a bit of an upset tummy. Like, I'll go to the toilet, whatever. And then he came back in and he was like, yeah, I think I've got something. I've got like that saliva sensation in my mouth that I think I'm going to vomit. I was like, oh God, like I cannot stand vomit. I can't be in the same room as someone. As a teacher, it was awful. I hated doing first aid at my school because if someone said that they were sick, I like needed to escape. Like, I couldn't be in that room. And so anyway, I was watching YouTube or something, my AirPods in, and I could hear it. And I was like, oh God, like the day of his sister's 40th, like you had to get sick on the day of your sister's 40th. So anyway, we couldn't end up going because Lewis was really, really unwell. He has never been sick like that since we've been together, and we've been together for 6.5 years. And so it couldn't keep anything down. And there are doctors in Bali that you can call or like WhatsApp, and they'll come and they'll give you an IV for hydration, as well as like an anti-nausea and an antacid to sort of stop you from being sick. They'll also assess you for like anything else that you might need. So like Panadol, whatever it is. So I called the doctor because Lewis couldn't keep down any fluids, and I was getting a little bit worried because we've never had anything like this in Bali before. It's not like Australia where, you know, it's most likely food. And we had eaten the same thing that time. So it wasn't the food because I wasn't sick at that stage. And I got a doctor to come in because we had to leave like the next day. Like, we were supposed to check out of our hotel that day, but I messaged the owner and was like, look, can we please extend? My partner's really unwell, like we need to get a doctor here and just to assess the situation and see what we can do or what can be done. So yeah, the doctor came, she gave him an IV of saline, 2 saline IVs, and then as well as some medication for an anti-nausea, antacid, and like a couple other things, I think. And so that set us back $300. Thank goodness for Medicare in Australia, but $300 Australian to get a doctor to come out and give an IV. Like, it worked. Like, he said that he felt much better. He stopped being sick after that and was able to at least have like a couple of sips of a smoothie and then a couple of biscuits. Anyway, that day was done. And the next day we moved villas. So we went to go and see Lewis's mum and his sister at a villa. Gave her a birthday present, celebrated, everything was fine. So that day was fine, and then the next day after that was fine. So this is 2 days after Lewis was sick. I was on the couch with his sister, everyone else had gone to bed, we had had like a bit of wine, and then all of the sudden, I was sitting there, and it was like this overpowering sensation of like, oh my God, I need to vomit. Like, I need to spew. And normally if I'm going to be sick, which I very, very, very rarely get sick, you know, like you get that sensation in the tummy, like you might have a bit of cramps. All I had was like the slightest salivary feeling, and then boom, like I had to like haul ass to the bathroom. And anyway, I was so unwell. I threw up maybe like 3 times, and then I didn't feel sick after that either. Like, and it wasn't the alcohol. I wasn't drunk. Like, I didn't have that drunk feeling or that drunk sick feeling. It wasn't that. I felt normal, but I had vomited quite largely 3 times. And so luckily this place that we were staying had 4 bedrooms. So I went and stayed in the 4th bedroom just because, again, like I'm very conscious about vomit. I don't want anyone to hear me. I don't want anyone to see me. And for 5-6 hours so this first happened at 9:30, and then up until about 3:30 a.m, it did not stop. Like, I think I stopped having actual fluid come out for like 4 hours. It was just such dry heaving that my whole body was incredibly sore. And then at like 3 a.m, 3:30, it started to be the other end. So it wasn't both at the same time. It was like this one, and then it was this one, like maybe 2 or 3 times, and then it stopped. And it was so weird because I didn't feel unwell. I just had like this urge to get something out. And it was only at that end that I had like maybe 1 or 2 cramps, and then it sort of went away. It was just the most, I've just never had anything like that before. And I don't know if that was gastro, or it definitely wasn't food poisoning, because I've had food poisoning before. Because most of the time with food poisoning, you get like cramps and like you feel better after you do those things. But this wasn't like that. It was like, okay, I did this, still feel fine, whatever. And then I did that and then still felt fine. It was incredible. Like, I've never, not incredible, that's a wrong adjective. I've never had anything like that, and I have never been that unwell in my entire life. Sure, I've gotten drunk a couple of times and threw up, and, you know, I was like fine, but I still felt unwell those times. This was just, I don't even know what it was. And I feel bad using the term Bali belly, because I don't actually think that that's what it was. I think it was from guests before us at the first place. I think maybe they were unwell and we maybe caught it from them, and maybe because I was drinking, my immune system was like down a little bit, that then I became sick. We then spoke to Lewis's sister's friend the day after, and she was the same. She was like, I didn't feel unwell, I just got the slightest salivary feeling, and then bleh, like it. And I don't know, like, I don't know if that's like common or if it's happened to anyone else before, but never happened to us before. And then the next couple of days, like the rest of the time that we were in Bali was like 5 days. So like the first 5 days were absolute poo. And then the next 5 days, we basically didn't eat much at all. Like, we couldn't fit much in our tummy. Like, we weren't hungry. And even when we were hungry, we would have like 3 bites of something and then be done and full. We didn't really drink like alcohol while we were there. Like the first 2 nights we did. And then I drank on like the 4th night, and then I was sick. And then I think we drank on the second last and the last night, and it was like 1-2 cocktails. Like, normally Lewis and I would get like lit. Like, we would have a couple of nights, like a couple of big nights, but we didn't have anything like that. So yeah, let me know if you've experienced anything like this. It hasn't put me off going to Bali, just a lot more aware of like maybe bringing my own pillow next time. I don't know, really washing hands, sanitizing, being so careful, like not touching the face. I think I saw Lewis touching his teeth at one point, and I know that he didn't sanitize before that, so that could have been it. Yeah, just no idea, and it was just crazy. So yeah, I feel much better now, but it was insane. I've never felt like that in my entire life. 33 years, never had gastro. I've had classrooms full of gastro, never got it. Yeah, it was just unfortunate that it happened overseas and that we missed a epic 40th birthday. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up now. I'm sure it's long enough, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you sometime in the very near future. Catch you later.